morning. It's Ginny and Tim at DS Tech. We're going to talk about your fall cleanup projects, which actually is kind of like back to school, back to work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Vacations, summer vacations are coming to an end unless you have a fall vacation.
Yeah.
Either way, we have a checklist pretty much, right?
Yeah,
of things you can do to quickly get things cleaned up for your office so that things can run smoother and more efficiently. So if you have any questions, drop them and stay till the end. Yeah. I think I have a blog post on this.
Yeah, that's right. So this talks about some of the things that you can do to, summer's winding down before we head into the busy fall season. It's kind of the perfect time to get your IT house in order. Don't just camp on your networking hygiene, right? You want to kind of make sure you're good going into Q4 in the wintertime. So the biggest thing right at the get-go is to kind of clean up your network. So over time, devices can pile up, printers, old workstations, test laptops. You may have a server room or a closet that acts as a server room or whatever. This is the server room location, and devices just start stacking up, piling up over time. Definitely try to clean up some of that. Could be very useful. This talks about disabling guest Wi-Fi that's not needed or audit who has access. So if you're not already using a guest Wi-Fi separate from your business, for one, do that so they're not on your company network. And then two, do you still need Wi-Fi access and making sure that there, no regular employees are using it and it's set up in a correct way. Disabling logins for former employees could be a good time to go through. They call that Active Directory hygiene, or where you're basically taking all the staff turnover from the last year. And a lot of times it's very common. You take your user who is no longer with the company and you simply disable the account. You don't delete it because maybe you still want the emails to flow, the contacts, this and that. After so long, though, it's good to actually completely take that account and just delete it completely, because you don't want an attacker getting in there, maybe reactivating an old account, which could potentially have permissions tied to it. So just that overall user cleanup is very good to do. This talks about you can run a network scan to get true inventory of active devices. That's something that we can do for you for one of our clients as well, do like an asset inventory management and help you through that if you're interested. Restarting workstations. So again, you'd be surprised how many issues vanish with a simple restart, but more importantly, updating did finish until your machine reboots. So mainly laptops is the most egregious offender, where a lot of times people put them to sleep, throw them in there, whatever, put them to sleep. You're never doing a true restart on that device. And in order to get your updates installed, it needs a true restart, like start, shut down, restart, and it'll install your Windows updates. Takes forever to start up sometimes if it's been a long time, but it's important to do that. I like to get in the habit of doing it Friday. Every day before I go into the weekend, I go to my computer, my work computer, start, shut down, restart. Because then it's any pending updates from the week are going to be applied. And then it's already restarted. So I don't want to come in on Monday and I start my computer and it's like, you have updates pending. Please restart your computer. And it's like, I got to get stuff done. And then you're waiting an hour on Monday, which maybe you want extra coffee time. But if you need to get stuff done, it can be frustrating. So
for sure,
do it on Friday. This would be my thing. And
I'm guilty. I do it all the time. How many times do I just shut this laptop?
And do an actual restart once in a while. And that's the same thing for your smart devices, your phones or computers. Give things a proper reboot once in a while. You'd be amazed how much they will actually function better. So clearing the digital clutter. Digital clutter is also a new desk mess. Slows you down, not the same. So like if your desktops, you got a lot of shortcuts, inventories, take an hour just to clean up those old shortcuts. Maybe put some new bookmarks in order, maybe bookmark folders within folders. A little bit of organization can really go a long way. So you're not always like, oh, where was that one file again? You can pin stuff now on your taskbar with like your common Excel files and Word files. There's all these new productivity tips you can do. But a lot of times you're just so busy doing your day-to-day work, you don't take the time to actually set up the optimizations. So even if just once a month, take an hour just to kind of clean things up and keep things clean, it will really kind of keep things humming along really well.
You mean you shouldn't have like a million icons on your desktop?
There's so many times I go to someone and I go to their desktop and it's just like nothing but icons. And I get it. It's like I've done it too back in the day as well. But it's just that's just.
You should see my home computer.
No, it's like I need 3 monitors just for all my desktop icons. No, I've seen that. So deleting old archive files, cleaning browser cache, some basic cleanup stuff is fine too. But yeah, mainly just actually taking the time to create your shortcuts, and that the actual overall clutter is useful. Refreshing on your cybersecurity awareness. So obviously, if you're watching this episode, great job. You're actually doing that just by watching this episode. That shows you care about, security, but actually having the organization, hopefully already doing the faking phishing emails. But then you can do on top of that like a once a year refresher where everyone is assigned to watch some videos and they have to watch the videos. Maybe there's a test at the end, maybe there's not. It kind of depends how far you want to go with it. But even just planting those seeds for 30 minutes, an hour long refresher once a year, once a quarter, however you do it, will help keep staff updated on the latest threats and to look up for stuff. So yeah, so running a quick cybersecurity refresher awareness training, reminding employees how to spot phishing emails, making sure no one knows how to report suspicious activity. A lot of times people are like, well, I got this email, but who do I talk to? Is it my boss, my manager? Is it TS Tech? And so having that chain of command to flow up and have all staff know that is very important. And updating internal contacts for reporting IT issues quickly, because it could be like, this is our contact, and if you haven't updated those, just make sure your contacts are updated and current. And then kind of going with the network cleanup, this is labeling your equipment. So when your equipment's clearly labeled, it saves so much time for troubleshooting and audits. I know this from back when I was a network tech, where it's like you go into the server room and there's 140, to 600 drops of cables going every which way. And if it says, A32 and A32 happens to be on the wall and it happens to be the right thing, you just save 15, 20 minutes of troubleshooting to find the line before it can even start the work. So if everything's labeled correctly, yes, it may be even a 10, 15-hour project, getting everything labeled 101 to 1, but you're going to save more than 10, 15 hours on all the calls throughout the year if a tech has to come and troubleshoot, because they're no longer putting a toner on the line, finding the right one, running back and forth, and it can create a lot of time.
That
so having everything labeled is super
electronics
handy.
In your house too, where your breakers are all.
Oh yeah, same thing. If they're not labeled, yeah.
Then you don't know what you're turning on and off, and yeah.
Yeah, so it's the same thing with networking. And it's nice that we like to set ourselves up for success. So if we're managing your equipment, so usually we like to take the time to label everything. Or as we work them, if it's messy, we'll label them. So going forward, we don't have to repeat on that one.
Our guys do a really good job of.
But they can do a project. Like if you have a complete rat's nest of a closet, which is fine, don't be embarrassed. Everyone's got it.
Yeah.
We can have our techs go in and a dedicated project. They'll find a time that works with your business, and they can do a complete network cleanup. We'll take all the cables, run it, pull all the old equipment out, label everything, and just get it in tip-top shape. We used to have like before and after photos of some.
Yeah, I haven't had any in a while. I'll have to ask for
definitely, and it's fall cleanup, so it's time to clean up your network closet. So the username, device role, tags, port numbers, labeling, all that stuff. You can also label your laptops, monitors, docks, things like that. Like if it's company issued devices, having different numbers on them can be useful as well for tracking. So it's common, for example, in our larger clients, where the computers will actually have a label on the top of them with the name of the computer. So that way, if a regular employee calls the DS Tech, say, I'm having problems, well, what's your tag number on your computer? And we know that number to instantly help speed up the process. So things like that can help in the long run for quick things like that.
Well, yeah, if it saves time, then you're not being charged as much time too. So
exactly, so it's one of those things. There's a little bit of an upfront time sink to label it and get everything set up correctly, but like it's very quickly will pay for itself the amount of time that it will save in the future. So scheduling your fall IT audit. So finally set yourself up for success by doing a mini audit before the fall rush hits. So you could review, for example, your backups when they're last tested. I mean, if you have DS Tech, we're testing your backups all the time, but actually try to spin up your backup, log into it, make sure it's working. Antivirus, obviously antivirus should be updated on the machines all the time. If one of our clients is happening, but just taking the time to maybe turn on the computers you haven't turned on in a while, like some laptop sitting in your closet, turn it on, let it update, do a refresh, make sure everything of those old devices are getting updated. Are all your devices current with patches? Again, kind of just goes into what I was talking about there. And then licenses, any expired licensing coming up with contracts, because a lot of times you may have pay for Adobe licensing, a line of business software, whatever you got, you have the different licensing requirements. Go review that, maybe see if any licensing is coming up for renewal and making sure you don't have any lapse.
Ongoing project with one of our clients that wanted help cleaning up licenses that weren't being used.
Oh yeah, because you may have a bunch that,
Yeah, but he had all kinds of different end dates for his Microsoft agreements.
Oh, and they're all different times and different months, and it gets
my job has been over the last few months is to I kept scheduling tasks for when I have that little window to clean them up. So that's a good point. You can clean up your licensing, schedule it for those dates when they end.
Yeah, when they end, so then you can review it, and then does it need a review or no? Or we'd let it just go, and then you're good. So again, kind of the overall theme of this, keeping things clean. So a little cleanup now can save you a ton of stress and time later. These 6 steps will ensure that your team heads and fall secure, efficient, and ready for growth. So again, cleaning up the network, restarting the workstations, decluttering your files, refreshing up on the cybersecurity awareness, labeling all of your gear and networking, and then scheduling your IT fall audit. We actually have a thing too through one of our partner companies, Cyber74, where we can actually do a complete security risk assessment, where a lot of times companies may get these third-party audits and security risk assessments, and we can't do them because it's like investigating yourselves, right? You can't do it, so we bring out this other party to do it, and they come in, they can scan everything, deep dive, and then they give you a nice report at the end of like, well, here's where you're at, here's what we found, and make steps to get there. So that's something that we could offer if you're interested in that kind of a thing. Just reach out. And yeah, otherwise, it should be constant, keeping things clean, but having dedicated intervals to really dig in. Fall cleanup, spring cleanup, things like that will really help and make sure that it's actually getting done.
Yeah, if you need any help with it, obviously we have a lot of tools to help you.
Yeah.
We mentioned at least 3 different paths in this video.
And our techs love going into a dirty network rack and cleaning it up. It's like nothing's more satisfying as a tech of like getting something nice and clean that wasn't. So
I like gathering the before and after pictures too. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, drop your questions, and if you need any help, go to our website or just drop the comment and I'll make sure I get in touch with you. So check it out. Sign up for our newsletter, and we'll see you next time.